would show you where I'm camping for this evening for a couple of nights. I'm on the south side of Mount St Helens, and I'm just up here. So I'm about 2 miles from Lava Canyon on the south side of Mount St. Helens, and the mountain is right there. You probably can't see it through the trees, and there's a couple of clouds, but that's Mount St. Helens. And this is, so here's my camper, and here's like a little creek. And a field. So this will be home for a few days. This is the south side of Mount St. Helens. And this whole site here is a site of a Lahar, which was the melting of a glacier almost instantaneously within just a few minutes. And then all the water picked up all the mud and ash and rocks and took out this entire valley here. And if I can show you, let's see. So I don't know if you can really see here because I don't have a zoom on my camera. But there's a really deep gash right in the mountain there, and that's where a glacier was. And that glacier melted in a few minutes and came down and took out this entire valley, and you can see the edges of it, because if you look over, there's some deep green, very large trees. Those are the ones that are 35 years old or older, and all of these trees in here are new within the last 30 years or so, and you can see a few up there. And I'll show you some more part of this Lahar here in a second. I'm standing close to the edge of the Lahar, so I'll show you again. So basically, you see the V, that was the glacier, and it took out this entire valley. This over here is the old growth forest, so that was from before, and this is all erosion since the 1980 eruption. But this entire Lahar came down here, washed through this entire valley, went about a quarter mile down there, and took a left-hand turn and went into the canyon and took out a huge portion of the canyon. So I'm going to take you down into the canyon and show you what the Lahar did down there. That Lahar that I was showing you up there took a left-hand turn and came down through this valley, exposing this beautiful canyon that really nobody had seen before. So this canyon here, if you can see, so the Lahar came down here, ripped up all of this here is all new, and you can see the old growth forest up there, but it came down and took out this entire valley. And we're going to go look more at the valley. This canyon has existed for thousands of years, but before the eruption, it was completely grown over with forest, so nobody could really see it. And now we get to experience the beauty. So I'm going to do this half-mile loop trail and show you some of this gorgeousness here. This is Ape Cave. It's on the south side of Mount St. Helens. It's a lava tube where all the lava solidified on the outside, but then all the liquid lava flowed out to leave this huge cave. It's probably about 30 feet high in some places. It's really great. It's totally dark. You need a light. It's really cold. It's probably about 42 degrees. So yeah, it's really great. You should come here and try this. Ape Cave actually got its name from the very first inhabitants of the cave. When the cave was discovered many, many years ago, they didn't know what they were seeing, what was there, so they just named it Ape Cave. Now, of course, we know it's Sasquatch, and so nobody's seen anything there for, since it was discovered, of course. This is the Trail of Two Forests, and this was a lava flow that flowed through a forest thousands of years ago, and it left casts of stone of the forest itself. And so you can see here, I'm actually in what was once, this was once a tree, and there's actually a path. There's this tunnel right here, and if you go through this tunnel, you can come out over there. It's a tree that fell over, was covered in lava, and then burnt up and disappeared. And if you see, the exit for this is right over there. So there's an exit sign right there. So, and so you can climb underground through these holes. So here in this forest, you can see this one tree has actually taken up root inside of a hole created by a tree thousands of years ago. I was driving up a gravel forest road when I saw a couple of cars parked at a trailhead. So I thought I would go up the trail, and I've only walked up maybe an eighth of a mile at most. And there's this huge like lava flow from thousands of years ago. Maybe it was from the one 2,000 years ago, maybe the one that was 4,500 years ago. And yeah, these rocks and stones are amazing.
It's just more or less hot rock that has water in it, and the rock is hot enough. It's got to be pretty.
As you can see, I'm back on the north side of the mountain. This is the Johnston Ridge Observatory. So this ends a week-long camping exploration around Mount St. Helens. I basically did a week-long clockwise loop all the way around the mountain, ending back up here on the northwest side. But yeah, it's really amazingly beautiful here. This is like the world's largest laboratory here, as they allow everything to return in the National Monument. But if I can show you really quick where I was before, so I don't know if you can see, but right there, that's Spirit Lake, and I was there a few days ago. And so over here is a parking lot, and over here is Lewitt Falls. So I hiked all the way across the pumice plain So I hiked across the pumice plain and hiked here and watched the waterfall and then hiked back over here. So yeah, that was some long hikes. Really beautiful mountain. Tonight, it's about 7 o'clock at night now, so I need to go find a camping spot for the night. So yeah, my tiny camper's over there. Here, let me show you my tiny camper. So there's my tiny home right there. That's my house in the middle of this big parking lot. And tonight I'll be camping once again in the Gifford-Pinchot National Forest. Probably somewhere over there. Who knows? I'll let you know where.